Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to 22 Panels, episode number 214, where will later discuss the pedestrian and across the interwebs is Phil and
Morning.
his cat now plastered to the wall so they can't get away.
Yeah, that's you know who's happiest about that is my little buddy here, Squeaks.
Yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah. So,
yeah.
so uh, I realized something this week. I had a major epiphany.
hmm
What's the meaning of life, the universe, and everything? What's the answer to the ultimate question?
It's 42.
Okay. So what is the ultimate question?
Oh, that is how many roads must a man walk down?
It's the product of 6, 7.
Oh, gasp. Holy crap. Oh my goodness. I think you're onto something, Ted. This is
Cooking with gas, baby.
check it again. It can't be true. It's impossible.
Cooking with gas.
Yo.
Uh,
Oh,
oh God. I want to skip the news this week, but
the
but
news,
let's not
no,
completely skip it.
there's no joy in the
Uh,
news this week.
so somehow we're in a situation where Netflix as the next owner of DC is the best case scenario as
Well,
as Paramount Skydance put in a hostile bid in
yeah.
large part because the president wants them to so that they can fix CNN.
Is that part of making Rush Hour 4 the abomination? Or I don't even want to know anymore, really.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
yeah.
So that's yeah. Um yeah. That's I'm gonna leave that and you put in man fuck Disney and I'm
I did.
assuming that that's they somehow thought like and I'm
hmm
hearing conflicting reports. On one report they were paid for their IP library. On another report I saw that they're paying OpenAI.
Yeah, it's one of those things where uh, quite frankly, I don't care which direction the money is flowing. I do think it's worse if they're paying OpenAI than OpenAI paying them. Either way, don't do deals with that devil. That is the enemy. It's the tool of fascism.
I
It's
mean, no, I
destroying
mean,
culture and society.
like actually, I will make a minor counter argument to that. If Disney made a deal where they licensed their properties at a significant market value, it would set a baseline for other people to either ask or sue for properties that they own that had been, I
Well,
don't know if there's a way to put the genie back in the box.
and so
But
here's the thing. I mean, the so like there's already lawsuits going out in terms of suing these companies for their abuse of copyright material. What from the people I've seen, it seems like the giant corporations were kind of the biggest wall in that battle, so to speak, of they
mhm.
had the most pull. And I'm a little distressed by there being a deal coming out of
Well,
this.
but what I'm saying is if the
Uh-huh.
deal was Disney was getting paid a crap ton of money,
hmm
that would be positive for other creators.
Well,
If the deal is Disney is paying for this, that's very bad for other
yeah.
creators.
I guess we should probably delineate whether which direction it is going because it's pretty big different situations.
I
It
mean, it
says
sounds like they actually bought into OpenAI,
that's what the headline sounded like, yeah.
which
And
means that people now suing.
Uh-huh.
are suing not just OpenAI but Disney.
Yeah.
And that's not a good place for creators at
Yeah,
all.
so at least the portion of the Wall Street Journal I can read before it hits the paywall is that Disney is making a $1 billion investment in OpenAI and will allow the AI platform to use its characters and properties to generate bullshit.
Right.
Disney's
Right.
3-year licensing deal will let users generate Visio using Sora, short form, yeah, platform more than 200. So it sounds like to me, I mean, when someone invests in something, that's
Yeah.
them putting money into it. So it
Yep.
does sound like the
Yep.
worst case situation
It is the
from
worst case. I'm
yeah.
99% certain this is the worst case.
Yeah. So it's basically like I it's funny my parents or oh we heard something where DC and Marvel said they're never going to use AI and I kind of balked at it but because of shit like this.
Well, I mean,
I mean
DC
it's
and Marvel might never want to use AI,
yes,
but
exactly. And I hope they don't have to, but because of situations like
but
this.
those people may be considered expendable. I mean, here are two possible best case scenarios.
Hmm.
Because they're talking about putting user created content up on Disney Plus.
Hmm.
Um, that stuff could be really bad and or require a lot of um
It's very
we're gonna
telling.
call it I'm actually gonna call it censorship because that's what the
Yeah.
people who get censored will call it.
Yeah.
Curation was the word that I was looking for.
Right, right, right.
Because like people will put into Sora, Mickey fucks Spider-Man.
Sure. Sure. I don't even, it
um
uh
uh
one of those rare curiosities that if someone lovingly hand drew that, I would of course I would look at it.
well,
I'd judge it.
go look at the air pirate funnies
Air pirate funnies. Okay. All right.
that
You,
that
you've given
that
me something
were
to look
that
at.
were a major lawsuit between Disney and independent publishers in the 60s.
Okay. All right. Air pirate funnies. We're
I
we're
think it's
we're
air
going here.
pirate funnies.
But yeah, I mean, I've heard of stuff like that going along for a
Right.
good while of like
Um,
Tijuana Bibles, those sorts of things. They
right,
parodied it in Watchmen. That's how I know about it.
right.
Um,
But uh so
okay.
I mean it could blow up so horribly that you suddenly have corporate people downplaying AI as the next thing. Um, Also, it's enough of more um uh corporate um what's the word I'm looking for?
Bullshit.
Well, yeah, but no, I'm looking for a more
No.
specific word.
Sure, sure.
I'm
Agenda?
thinking of monopoly
Yeah,
law.
the corporate consolidation.
Right. That's the
Yeah.
word I'm looking for. Consolidation. That
Hmm.
should we ever have an administration or Congress or courts that care about antitrust law
Hmm.
or God forbid write new antitrust law, um,
Well,
it
now
could be
that's
a
just
major
pointless.
target. It could be a major target. And,
Oh yeah.
and like one of the things about laws that uh I mean, like the argument from the corporate side is like, oh, you can't slow down innovation. And like that's ignoring the part where like to write good laws, you often have to have people do things that you go, ooh, that's bad.
Yeah, it unfortunately the law is largely reactive as opposed to
Um,
predictive.
well, kind of unfortunately, but like,
I think it's just how it
uh,
works as a mechanism, really.
some things you can be predictive about.
Yeah. I don't think
Other
we want
things,
to about laws.
yeah, other things. well, I'm even just talking about laws. Some things,
Hmm.
you know, you can see the writing on the wall really
Okay.
easy and
Yeah.
be predictive.
Right.
And other things, like it takes somebody doing them to go, oh, this
Hmm.
is bad.
Yeah.
But then you would think that the duty of the lawmakers would be, this is bad. How can we prevent it from happening again?
Yeah. And that's where our system of lawmakers are
Well, and
so
that's what kind of
yeah.
week has it been? I don't even
Yeah.
know.
Saw the
uh, uh,
president put on a funny hat, so apparently in that stage of the
I
presidency,
didn't even catch that one.
it's not worth it.
I just caught the drivel
Yeah.
and the
It's all.
conti you know, they now seem to have pivoted to, you know, I mean for a millisecond, it seemed like even Republicans might have trouble with like war crimes on top of murder, and they seem to have already pivoted to fuck you guys, we'll do what we want.
I mean, it's kind of their only move right
We have a governing party that's made up of Eric Cartmans.
now. Eesh. Yeah, it's
Um,
pretty dim, pretty desolate.
so anyway, let's talk about some new to order books.
That sounds so good right now. Holy cow. All right. First up, we've got The Center Holds, number one, by Larry Hama and M.D. Bright,
This is
coming out from
actually
King Comics.
Mark Bright's final
Oh,
work.
right.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
he
Mark
passed
had,
away last year.
he did.
He was one of the major artists at Milestone.
Yes.
So that was the biggest thing that
I,
caught me about this.
I do remember he was co-creator of Quantum and Woody. That's not
That feels
Milestone.
right too. That's
That's not
Valiant.
Milestone. That's Valiant. Yeah, but
Yeah.
yeah, he's a huge influence. In a world where superheroes have become commonplace, heroes are required to join a union or else face serious financial liability for the damage caused during battles. Enter the Superheroes Union, a team of genius, cyber psychic Lakshmi, the mysterious Keeper, and child prodigy Necotron, among others, as they battle villains and bureaucracy alike. And though the delicate balance of mitigating damage while saving lives is already tough enough, they've got their own worries with a constant stream of villains rising to challenge them. Yeah, so this one looks absolutely incredible. The final order cutoff for it is going to be very soon. Final order cutoff December 22nd, coming up on us in stores February 11th. Boom Entertainment, The Center Holds.
All right. This one is literally my birthday present.
Nice. I had a feeling
Uh,
you'd be all over this. I'd be shocked
yes.
if you weren't.
Daredevil #1 from Stephanie Phillips and Lee Garbett. You can bury the bodies, but never the ghosts. Hell's Kitchen is full of secrets, but no secret stays buried for long. As a fearsome new supervillain named Omen has targeted Matt Murdock, it will be his alter ego Daredevil who takes the hits. But beware, the mysterious new player isn't all that they appear. A secret Daredevil will have to learn quickly as he scrambles to settle into a life and status quo we've never seen him in before. Look alive, Marvelites. An all new and unprecedented era of Daredevil starts right here. Final order cutoff on this is January 12th, which is actually my dad's birthday. And it's
Woohoo!
on sale March 25th, my birthday.
It's a family affair.
So,
All right, now we've got Love Ignited, the 2026 one shot, script by Patrick Horvath and Olivia Dufault, illustrated by Chris Burnham and Danny, coming from Ignition Press, debuting its first anthology. And an oversized hunk of burning love spanning from the depths of the ocean to the far reaches of space. Emotions run hot in romance, and some people go to extremes for the person or creature they desire. That is going to be a final order cutoff of December 15th. We're already past it, or about to be past it, unless you're
yeah.
listening to this Sunday night, Monday morning, on sale in stores February 4th.
Murder Drones from Wyatt Kennedy and Joe Migyong, based on Glitch Productions' global animation phenomenon created by Liam Vickers and now streaming on Prime Video. That part I don't care as much about. Wyatt Kennedy and Joe Migyong are pretty awesome. Um, Wyatt Kennedy did Knights. Uh, Jimmy Young, they've got his eye and or Eve. Yes, Eve is what I know that I love from them. Unleash the record-setting comics adaptation of the series that you have watched 330 million times, blah, 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 whatever. This is the part that I want. Murder drones. In the far future of the desolate exoplanet designed Copper 9, designated Copper 9, the humans are long gone, but the robotic worker drones that they created to mine the planet's resources are still hard at work. Together, they have managed to forge their own makeshift society, or so they thought, until a previously unknown kind of robot, the dreaded murder drones, are activated by the long forgotten human scripted protocol to disassemble any worker that deviates from its original programming. But when a rebellious young worker drone named Uzi forms an unlikely alliance with two disassembly drones, serial designations N and V, can they together uncover the secrets of their own origins and stop the spread of the unsettling mechanical virus known as the Absolute Solver? Robots, violence, teen angst, mad science, love loss, doors, hormones, and chaos. What more could you ask for? A pen, perhaps? It's a clicky pen. Ask your kids. They'll get it. Uh, from Oni Press, FOC is January 19th. In-store date is February 25th. I'm going to make myself read the comic first, but I actually might have managed to convince myself that I do want to watch the video.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely intrigued by the video here, so I might go the other way. We'll compare and contrast.
Yeah, yeah. So, some graphic novels. I am doing my reread of Brink 1
Mm.
through 5 right now, but we'll talk about
Oh
Brink
wow.
6 uh, from Dan Abnett and INJ Colbert. After 20 years of being forced to live in cramped, overcrowded space stations, existence for the human race is tense, often spilling over into madness. Sects are rife, and Bridget Curtis of the Habitat Security Division investigates their reach and influence over the remaining inhabitants of each spacefaring vessel. Can she stop the encouraging chaos as it works to snuff out the remnants of humanity? Uh, Brink Volume 6 from Dan Abnett and INJ Colbert. Final order cutoff is January 5th in stores on my daughter's birthday, February 25th, from Rebellion. Like I said, this is just like a cool, like
Yeah, that sounds really fascinating, dude.
space noir, police procedural type thing
For
in its
fans of The
six,
Expanse.
right. Except that I think it might be before that. How much preview do I get? It's a short one.
Yeah. I know The Expanse, the books were out a while before the show, but yeah, no, that sounds great. I would love to
Yeah,
look that
but
up.
Brink has also been going for quite
Okay,
a while at this point. So I
fascinating.
can't speak for certain because I'm not an Expanse guy. I don't know it that
Okay,
well.
yeah,
So
all right.
we've got a
Um,
preview copy of this too.
oh, nice. There we go. I'll have to check this
Hmm.
out. This is Crazy for You by Paul Thoreau and Steve Laffler. Money, women, power, and rebellion against the golden years. These are some of the perilous and alluring patterns that weave their way through Crazy for You. In this double feature of love and obsession, two short stories by the acclaimed writer Paul Thoreau are adapted by veteran cartoonist Steve Laffler. Uh, Minor Minor Watt is a high society satire lampooning the perverse relationship between art and the art market, and what happens when the joy of owning is outstripped by the thrill of destroying. Siamese Nights is a tale of infidelity, infatuation, and exoticism, blending into an intoxicating midlife crisis siren song. Little choices and self-betrayals built until a quiet leitmotif rolls into a shattering crescendo. Lafleur's bold and expressive style effortlessly captures the pulp exuberance adorning Thoreau's stories and the profound vulnerability underlying his characters. Crazy for You will stop you in your tracks right before it blows you or bowls you over. Final order cutoff of January 5th in stores, March 18th from Fantagraphics Plus.
Yes, this looks very good. And you took my Dave Baker book.
I
It's
knew you.
okay.
It's
It's
okay.
okay.
All
I
right.
love Dave
Well,
Baker.
I knew you did that. When I recognize the name, I try to hype him. This is Halloween Boy,
Yeah.
last of the Halloween Boys from Eisner Award nominated writer and illustrator Dave Baker, of Mary Tyler Moore fame, comes the collected voyages of the man known only as Halloween Boy, an adventurer without a past and a combatant of the impossible. Working as an archaeologist for hire, magical ghost hunter, and super scientist explorer, Halloween Boy has a simple mission: help those who cannot help themselves. From routine artifact resources gone wrong to helping the surviving members of an ancient religion enact a cosmic funeral dirge, Halloween Boy finds himself operating as the patron saint of the impossible. And yet, just how long can he win in this never ending battle before things spiral out of control? When the dark secrets of the demon who lives finally rear their ugly heads, find out in the pages of this thrilling compendium. Halloween Boy, Last of the Halloween Boys, collects issues 1 through 5 of Baker's self-published Halloween Boy series for the first time in premium edition. Final order cutoff of May 4th in stores, May 27th. This one's way on the horizon. It's 2026, y'all. Coming out from Oni Press. This looks fantastic. The cover
And,
is,
and and I messed up and put it with graphic novels rather than collections.
oh, well, it's just that
I didn't
exciting.
read far enough. Yeah.
That's okay,
Mhm.
But there is a masked adventurer wielding a sword that has the face of a vampire on
Yeah.
the hilt. It's just
Yeah.
wild.
Yeah. Yeah. Stimulus from Daniel Friedman, Robert Samelin, Stefan Rialdini, Tom Coker, and Filia Bratukin at Dark Horse Comics. A blood-soaked briefcase full of cash, a mind reader hell-bent on crime, an errant soldier turned hitman, earthly homunculus, crystal women, men made of stars, deviant frog people, sorcerers succubi, advanced space force fighter pilots, avenging vampires, sentient sentimental AI constructs, alien voyagers, the demigod spawn of a heartbroken angels, cyber enhanced mercenary thieves, death races, unfulfilled ancient prophecies, lost valor, stolen principles, and the supernatural plant known as Seafarer that ties them all together. Series of original stories written by Daniel Friedman featuring an esteemed roster of international audiences. Uh,
International audiences for mature audiences.
er,
International
uh,
artists
Artists, yes, sorry.
for mature audiences. That's okay. That's okay.
Uh,
This sounds great.
yeah,
Yeah,
yes, it
that was
does.
that was a that was a
Final
collection
order
pick.
cutoff of January 26th, in stores April 28th. Yeah, I think this one still counts as a graphic novel because I don't think
Yeah,
it's ever been printed separately.
exactly. Yeah, there we go.
And I'm
We're
going to
bending
call the
rules.
other one a graphic novel because they were all independent, like sell at the table comics.
Okay.
Anyway,
Okay.
uh, just covering myself here.
Yeah.
In terms of actual correct collections, we've got Pop Kill, Killing Your Thirst. Mad Cave's best-selling creator-owned series is collected into a beautiful hardcover edition with an all-new cover by Dave Johnson, guaranteed to unleash the fizz in your pop. Imagine a world where two dominant and competing cola companies, each worth billions, are owned by former Siamese twins who have been separated and now harbor such intense hatred for each other that they hire assassins, saboteurs, and espionage experts to interfere with one another daily. This is the story of brotherly love gone awry and the people they recruit to do their dirty work. Collected for the first time in a stunning hardcover format with an all new cover by Dave Johnson. That said that at the beginning. This is from
It's that important.
this is from Jimmy Palmiotti and Juan Santa Cruz from Mad Cave Comics. Final order cutoff is January 19th in stores on February 11th.
And there's a pug on the cover. What's not to love?
Yeah, yeah.
All right, next up, we've got the Queen of Cosmos comics with an X trilogy from Barbara Willie Mendez, masterpiece of hallucinogenic storytelling. Queen of Cosmos comics trilogy, collected for the first time in a single volume. In the title, underground cartoonist, fine artist, and muralist Barbara Willie Mendez chronicles women creators' psychedelic journey through biblical tableau, modern life, and into a fantastical interstellar future, weaving in her own intimate stories of being an artist, mother, and grandmother, especially in the never before published third volume. Inspired by Jewish mysticism, Mendez presents a creation myth shaped by feminine cosmic consciousness with new immersive worlds and a radical reimagining of this one. Includes an illuminating, entertaining interview with Mendez, as well as the third never before published chapter of this trilogy. Final order cutoff date January 5th, in stores February 11th from Fantagraphics Books
Yep,
or
yep.
Fantagraphics Underground.
Panagraphics
Fantagraphics.
Underground. Panagraphics, yeah.
Yeah, those guys.
Uh, we've got a shorter final order cutoff list for this week. Oh, I knew I forgot to do something too. Uh,
Gasp.
uh, because Lunar is actually not doing another final utter cutoff until January for the holidays.
Oh.
So
Oh.
so these final
Interesting.
order cutoffs are just from PRH. You've got Archie versus Minor Threats from Patton Oswalt, Jordan Bloom, Timmy Heeg at Dark Horse in stores April 21st. We've got The Center Holds #1 from Larry Hama and MD Bright at Boom in stores February 11th. And I Can Sell You a Body from Ryan Ferrier, George Cambadeus at IDW through January 27th. Some crowdfunding that I forgot to put in our notes again because, it's just been that kind of week. But there is new stuff, so we will quickly get to it. We have The Freak Squeal, the complete chaos curriculum from Magnetic Press. What if Superhero School was more than a gothic liberal arts college run by sadistic professors and filled with misfit monsters? That's the premise of Freak Squeal, a wildly invented comic saga that blends MAGA flair, Western comic grit, and sexy Franco-Belgium charm into one gloriously chaotic universe. This is from Cult Comics, or from Florent Madu at Magnetic Press, and already at 59,000 on a 7,500
Wow.
goal,
That's incredible.
uh, and through January 2nd. Um,
Alrighty, looking up more
yeah,
Kickstarters.
yeah, no, there was at least one more that I wanted to do because
Form apply.
oh,
And in searching for the at least one more, it looks like Ted found a
at least two
another.
more possibly.
Oh, there we go. Kickstarter's an incredible place.
Yeah,
It's
we've got
always so much to find.
Witch Season, a witch horror comic anthology from Lifeline Comics, 150 plus page horror anthology about witches, warlocks, and familiars with some of the biggest names in comics. A forward from Amber Benson. Uh,
This
oh wait, no, this campaign ended. I'm sorry. This is one that I already did. Sorry, forget that. It was December 2nd that one ended. Uh, The one that is still going is From Chile to the Edge of Imagination. Jodorowsky and Rodriguez, two comic giants raised in Chile, present their new graphic novels in a joint dual launch. So you have Cosmocosm or Cosmochasm from visionary Alejandro Jodorowsky. Wait, no, because
Well,
oh,
it says, yeah, it said,
Cosmocasm is what it says. Gotcha, gotcha. The
um,
projects are Cosmo Pirates from Jodorowsky with who's the artist on it? Does it not tell us the
um,
artist here?
it
Oh,
says,
with Pete Woods.
okay,
Yeah,
nice. There we
yeah.
go. Ooh,
Decades after penning one of the most beloved and highest selling science fiction graphic novels of all time, The Incal, the prolific and legendary Alejandro Jodorowsky makes his return to sci-fi with the wild space opera brought to life by acclaimed American artist Pete Woods. And then The Chasm of Resurrection, Gabriel Rodriguez from Lock and Key unveils a haunting period horror penned by French writer Hiroji. Um, and then and unfortunately doesn't look like it'll be an add-on, so it's only at the $150 tier or higher, is an autobiographical short story by
wow.
Jodorowsky, illustrated by Rodriguez, and
Wow.
hardbound in a rare exclusive art book.
That's so
uh
funny that they say it's similar to Jodorowsky comics, The Eyes of the Cat and Angel Claws.
Angel Claws.
I have The Eyes of the Cat.
Yeah,
That's
that's a
one of
good
the
one.
few. Yeah, it is really great. It was exciting.
So yeah,
Limited to 199
I
copies. Get it while
I
you can.
haven't.
Oh no, is
I don't.
Ted might be changing his pledge.
Well, I
He's
mean,
signing into things.
it's
Who
just
knows what he could
like
do?
it's so annoying that there won't be.
There's no other way to obtain
Right.
this book.
You gotta go up to,
Oh,
and I think the 199 is the signed version. The book
oh,
plates are limited to 199. So
that's it. Okay,
I'm not going that high,
okay.
but I haven't. I mean, it was particularly hard because it was also the first level that didn't have an early bird discount.
Oh yeah. Well, and it's really interesting that well, okay, that these are fascinating layers, but it's funny how the 150 level you get both books plus the third autobiographical story, but you don't get the slipcases.
No, no, that's the next level.
It's 230. You got to get those
Right,
slipcases back in. So
right,
this is a
right.
masterful layering of reward
Well, I
levels.
mean, where it was really hard is like the first level, like the Cosmocasm bundle is $100.
Hmm.
So it's 50 for that extra story,
Yeah.
which in and of itself isn't horrible, but
Hmm.
where I couldn't pull the trigger immediately was like the early bird Cosmo Pirates was 80.
Hmm.
So it became 70 for that extra.
Oh.
So yeah.
Yeah.
Right now I'm just at the digital level and we'll see what happens.
So does this mean so this means humanoids is doing okay?
Yeah.
Okay. I know we talked about it a little bit before, Eric. I just
It
wanted to.
actually it sounds like they learned from other people's bankruptcies and
That's good.
had a shell corporation available for their books to be shifted to
Okay.
should their attempts at movie stuff run them into trouble.
Okay. Well, I don't normally enjoy the words shell corporation, but let's hope
Oh,
they're
I
being
don't
used for
either,
good in
but
this time. You know, with great shell corporation comes great responsibility.
I don't either. It's truly nuts, but like at least it was to
If
save their
yeah,
back catalog rather than.
exactly. Yeah. It's one of those. If it ends up saving a beloved comics publisher, I'm sure it's
I
fine.
mean,
It's worth time.
really, I think that like the things should be separated more and or it's just like dumb to spend money to try to go get into a different business. Either your stuff's good enough that somebody
Yeah.
will spend money to come get you,
Hmm.
or
But it's all the rage these days.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. This is where when are we going to get a 22 panels movie adaptation, Tad? Your Hollywood guys are all over this, aren't they?
No.
Is are your holiday guy your Hollywood guys are the same as your scheduler, aren't they?
I mean, like I have Hollywood guys, but they don't really work for me. And like I mean, I suppose if they actually saw something worth producing, we could talk, but like I don't know what the 22 panels movie would be.
It'd probably be like a comic book version of the Between Two Ferns movie.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, yeah, but
Okay.
like serious instead of
Did they
satirical.
actually make a movie out of that? I didn't
They
know they
did,
made a
yeah.
movie out of that. Okay.
There was. I'm pretty sure I watched it. I
Okay.
don't think it was a fever dream.
Okay. So amazing books this week. There were some amazing books this week.
Absolutely.
It was a overall light week, though not for me because the first um Lone Wolf and Cub hardcover and the fourth Akira hardcover both came out this week. So even though there were less single issue comics,
It might have been hard to cover
my
the
my
costs.
my bill wasn't particularly lower. Um, but yeah, no, Assorted Crisis Events #7 came in on top, though it was really close with Miss Truesdale. They're kind
Hmm.
of 1 and 1A. Um, because as much as I loved the story in Assorted Crisis Events,
Hmm.
um, and just play, I mean, this one I felt like played more with just storytelling and
Yeah,
weirdness than strictly with the comics medium than
yeah,
than than some of the other issues, which didn't make it any less good. But
yeah.
Miss Truesdale and the Rise of Man both played with um the Miss Truesdale books have kind of played with like the Conan mythos inside
Okay.
of the Hellboy. I mean, not explicitly the Conan mythos, but like
A more sword and
The
sorcery.
Hyborian Age.
Yeah, yeah. Those guys.
Um, and given that it's Jesse Lonergan art, like he doesn't know how not to play with the medium.
I was gonna say.
So like I loved the Miss Truesdale Hyborian Age series that came out already, and this one's starting out really really good. Mignola and Lonergan are a really good pairing. Um, and then kind of in 1C, but definitely 2A. But we'll give it 3 because that's how the numbering goes. Santos Sisters #10, Greg and Fake, Mark Koperneroff at Floating World. They continue to kill it with their Eisner Award winning best series. And I enjoyed this issue and laughed and laughed and laughed some more. So take a walk, Phil.
Yeah, I also very much enjoyed Assorted Crisis Events #7. It was a very interesting issue. Just because it was one that has really stuck with me after reading and kind of made me consider and think about what the larger metaphor was for of someone who keeps finding dead bodies of himself that he needs to dispose of. That's just a massive inconvenience. I'm also hoping that some of the little Easter eggs are building towards a larger narrative. Like I know it's been a loosely anthology series so far, but with
Right?
a flyer about some sort of evil emperor from another dimension. Yeah, I want to know what the deal is. I want it like I've noticed a while ago that the mysterious stranger, the heavily bearded guy with goggles and what looks like a jetpack is popped up in every issue. But I want to know his story. I want to know who
Right?
he is. Um, you know. And yeah, that was the biggest comic I read this week. I'm going to be reading They're All Terrible #3 after this. I'm excited for that one.
That's
Um,
good.
yeah, yeah, and of course, before I'll probably be next week rereading all of The Voice Said Kill in one hunk now that it's all out. Um, but yeah, and of course, looming on the horizon is From Hell. I have my copy. It is in my hands. Um, the terrors can begin. And yeah, I just also wanted to say check out the Beats Best of 2025 Comics list. They're
Uh,
absolutely phenomenal.
Outstanding. I've read
I'd
about
say
70% of them,
wow.
and all of the ones I've read are like definitely among my favorites of the year.
Yeah, there's
Um,
and
yeah.
and not only that, they've got multiple lists because I saw now
Oh yeah,
the
they
KB
always do.
has the best of manga and manhwa,
Right.
which was exciting too. So yeah,
They'll
check it
have a
out.
best YA list at some point. They might have best
Heck yeah.
category lists at some point.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's
Yeah.
they
They
go all
keep us
out.
covered. They keep us covered.
Absolutely, absolutely. How's One Piece doing? We're kind of in the same boat. We're
We're
just we're
we're becalmed.
becalmed.
Uh, yeah, we're in becalmed water,
Oh,
and
okay.
there's no wind,
Oh, it's
so
kind
we're
of just
just kind of
drifting.
drifting.
That's what's happening in the narrative, or is that
No,
that's us? That's our
no,
race.
I still haven't moved.
I was gonna say it is a dead heat between snail and slug right now. This is an incredible invertebrate race.
Right.
Oh yeah. Mob Psycho 100 is picking up. I think I might need to sit down and read a couple full volumes. Because it continues to tickle and delight me. Um, it's just so goofy and strange. I don't know if there's anything else I've read quite like it. Um, yeah, it's quite compelling.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. So
This week we're talking about a little
great
book.
responsibility time.
Yep, sorry,
Great
didn't no.
responsibility
We
time.
gotta we gotta we gotta introduce the section.
I mean, it makes it easier for me to find it when I'm making chapters.
It's a good point. It's a good point. A little signpost, but yeah, it's the
It's
pedestrian.
The Pedestrian from Joey Esposito, Sean Von Gorman at Magma Comics. This has been on my radar all year and I hadn't gotten to it, so I wanted to, and I'm glad we did.
hmm
What are your thoughts?
I was intrigued and compelled.
Yeah.
It's one of those where it's interesting. I want to see where they keep going because I felt
Yeah, it
like
definitely feels like a prologue right
it
now.
does. It's a bit of a
I mean,
tease.
both books that we read,
hmm
they their first issue served as that. I mean, it's funny because that became part of what we talked about with the seasons last week, where the
Yeah.
first issue is somewhat complete with the tease of more,
hmm
and the first arc is somewhat complete, but with the tease of more.
Yeah. And that's
And
this.
neither the issue nor the arc can completely stand on its own.
Right. Well, and I will say to contrast last week's Great Responsibility with this one, whereas last week felt like, we kind of ended it mid-narrative and it was just going
Right.
to be a continual thread. This one at least does feel more like I feel like the story they were telling at this time, this is, you know,
And
it's
with that twist thrown in in like the epilogue
yeah, yeah, the
to set
epilogue.
up the next. Right.
And
Right.
even a lot of their signposting, I feel like I have an idea of the types of things I want to learn about from the series. Whereas the
Right.
seasons was more of I have no idea where they're going, but
No.
I
No,
but
it was
it's yeah.
very much meet the
Yep,
seasons.
yep, yep. But no, this one
They're a modern Stone Age family.
it did have a little bit of that to it. But this one no, I mean, I'm really compelled because so even though I think it's fair to say that I've disconnected from Marvel and DC at this point. The superhero remains an idea that is compelling to me, and trying to find what is special and interesting about the superhero completely disconnected from Marvel and DC
Well,
is what's going
and
on.
that's why I've disconnected from Marvel and DC like universes more than I have from
Yes.
individual series here and there.
Yeah.
Because there is still and it becomes even more interesting where with something like the Pedestrian, where it's like I'm not certain that he has powers. I think he has powers,
I'm convinced he has powers of some sort. Um,
but
there's
I'm
definitely something
not.
weird going on.
Well, and he's very
Mysterious.
well, I was going to say rule based, like the
Yes.
stopping for the stop or for the don't
Right.
walk, the fast walk across the street rather than
hmm
running,
hmm
even though there is indication that he can run otherwise, and then you find out that like he seems to patrol in a very specific pattern that makes
Right.
his like I'm seeing a lot of neurodivergence in this character.
Yes. And I guess what I find interesting and compelling about this is that so like most of the superhero comics you see at this level of comics publishing, at indie small press, they are very clearly signaling, hey, this is a superhero that's kind of like another
Right,
character.
right.
This is not that. This
No.
the pedestrian character is not a clear analog for any other superhero out there.
Mm.
Um, they are doing something very different with both.
Well, and for that matter, like my best guess initially for who he was got blown out
Uh-huh.
of the water at the end, though
Okay.
that was telegraphed a little bit too.
Yeah.
Like I'd started wondering, oh, wait a minute, maybe
hmm
this isn't, though now there's an element of me that's like wondering, is it possible that he's both?
Yeah,
Like,
it's
I
very
mean,
much a what's going
yeah.
on here.
Um,
And
I love
how
the mystery through the kid's eye. There's
yes,
just so many cool things about this book.
they were probably my favorite characters. The two kids are quite fun.
I think I like their babysitter even more.
The babysitter's also awesome, and that's one thing that's also compelling is that we're seeing this character through observers around him.
And
You
and
know,
and there's definitely gonna be so much more to the crossing guard.
yes. Oh yeah. Like that's the other thing is that it's clear that there's a larger story that these people want to tell.
A
I want
larger
to know.
story, a larger universe.
Well, and they're engaging again with the superhero concept and mythos through the idea of the symbol, the
through
power
through
of
through through
symbols.
well, yeah, and in like smallish suburbia rather than a big city.
Yes, because it's not about the big flashy powers and punching. Because, like you said, we're not even entirely sure that he has powers.
Right.
Um, but
Um,
it's about, the way it connects people and the feelings we invoke in each other as a society and those
right,
sorts of things. It's
right,
about heroism. It's about how do you know what being a hero is and what does it take? It's compelling. It's great.
right.
Yeah.
And yeah, no, I'm glad that I finally got to it because I wish I'd been plugging it harder all year. I know that should it when it reappears, I'm pretty certain it will.
hmm
Um, we'll be all over it now.
Oh, absolutely.
Um, because like this was really good stuff. Is a collected edition available yet?
I'm not sure. I know it is definitely available on Global Comics with a gold
Yeah.
member subscription. So if
And
if
the
you're
first issue is available for free
it is.
on
So if you
Global
want
Comics
if you want to check it out.
without a
And
the trade paperback is
oh,
final
oh,
order. Oh no, final order cutoff was 12 16
oh,
twenty
those last year.
four. So
Last
yeah,
year.
it has
It's
been in stores since February.
let's hope you picked it up. Let's hope if you're a store listening that you ordered it. But yeah, it was a good time.
I
It
mean,
was
there's a good chance you still can.
yeah. Certainly hope so. And,
Um,
and not only that, they had some really incredible variant cover artists going on. I enjoyed
yeah,
seeing
they
those
did.
each issue.
They
Yeah.
did. I liked the stuff at the back where they showed, or no, that was a different. That I read Death to Pachuco, and it
Uh,
had Henry Barajas at New
uh-huh.
York Comic Con taking pictures with a lot of his variant
Okay.
artists.
They did have the pictures of the creative team in the back of
Yeah,
this one, though, and they look like fun guys.
yeah, yeah.
Be cool to talk to.
So I'm like, this is the advantage of me having access to um Lunar and PRH accounts now,
Hmm.
is I can tell people, any comic shops listening right now, uh, the Pedestrian graphic novel does appear to be in stock. Let me actually go here. This is where I want to go to find out.
Where you going? What you doing?
Oh, no, it's back order. It's on back order
Uh-oh.
at Lunar right now.
Oh
So
no.
but this is where I'll say back orders often um affect how quickly the next print run
Okay.
will happen.
There you go.
Um and sometimes, like, I mean, particularly in the post Diamond age, more comics publishers are storing less copies of their stuff at the distributors than they did before. Though, oh, this is painful. It is
Mm.
currently unavailable at the Magma website as well.
Oh no. How is
So yeah, I
Magma doing?
get, well, I know that Magma has had a recent sale,
Hmm.
or they currently have a 20% off everything sale, and they've got a sale going with distributors as well,
Uh-huh.
to raise funds. But I know that they also have uh, new books in the pipeline that have been solicited.
Okay.
So
Okay.
they seem to have cash flow problems thanks to stuff that they didn't get back from Diamond.
Mm. That's a bummer.
It's
That
always hard
sucks.
to you know
Well, you
manage
know,
to lose your consignment stuff, and the banks got their
mm,
money and you didn't.
sons bitches.
Um, yeah,
Yeah.
so much wrong with bankruptcy law.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
I mean,
that's
don't get me wrong. I'm in favor of there being bankruptcy law.
sure, but it, yeah, when was the last time it was updated or reformed or modernized?
I mean, I would be willing to bet way more recently than we think, just not for the people that we want it to be.
That's a good point. And it's a really great point. It's probably outlined for corporate protections and various other expansions of
Right.
those sorts of
I
things. Yeah.
mean, most famously, the banks got paid in front of
Yeah.
the uh, pension fund when
Hmm.
United went through bankruptcy.
Oof.
They essentially wiped out their pension fund,
God.
but
Oh.
the
Um,
billionaires still got paid.
yeah. No, I'm sorry. I laugh at that because so last year my day job changed insurance to United.
Oh, I
At
was I was talking United Airlines.
Oh, airlines. I was thinking healthcare.
No, I was talking
No.
United Airlines.
Okay. Okay. But we're switching
I
back
don't
to
know if United Healthcare has a pension fund.
I mean, I I God, I don't know. United Healthcare is a terrible service. I would never recommend it for anyone.
Is there any healthcare that's truly good right now?
I mean, I've felt good about Blue Cross Blue Shield, but it's also gotten more expensive over the years. So that's hard
I
to
mean,
say.
okay, let me rephrase.
Yeah.
Compared to a system in which
Oh, yeah.
everybody could just go to the doctor if they needed to go to the doctor.
Sorry, I'm so
Like the ones
deeply
they
embedded.
have in most of Europe.
I was so deeply embedded in our American nightmare that I forgot an alternative existed, Chad. I'm so sorry. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, would I prefer a functioning medical system? Absolutely. Yes. Please. Please.
I mean, this is so much a part of my day-to-day life with my wife figuring out
Uh-huh.
the stuff with her blood and with me
Oh.
figuring out the stuff that's autism versus the stuff that's bipolar and
Hmm. Hmm.
what I can do to manage each.
And that's funny because I mean, I don't want to mansplain to you, but no, my in-laws have bipolar in the extended family, so some techniques and struggles over the year, knowing that consistency and routine helps a lot, consistent sleep schedules and
Oh yeah, no, no,
maintain
absolutely.
stress
But
levels.
no, I mean, I've been bipolar. I've been diagnosed bipolar for 30 years. I'm pretty
Yeah.
good at overall on that side, but so bipolar is one of the things that people got misdiagnosed as when they
Hmm.
were autistic
Oh,
before autistic was
interesting.
as broad of like in the era that I got diagnosed bipolar,
Uh-huh.
it was one of the common misdiagnoses of people that would get an
Oh,
autism spectrum disorder
okay.
years later once the DSM had been updated to include them.
I see what you're saying.
However, there is also a subsection that is both autistic and bipolar. I
Right.
very much fall into that subsection.
Okay.
Where
Okay.
where this gets interesting,
Yeah. It's already interesting.
but where it gets really interesting for me
Yeah.
is sometimes the symptom is caused by something more on the autism sensory side,
Hmm.
and sometimes it's caused more by something on the manic depressive side.
Hmm.
And the best way to cope with it is not always the same.
I can see that. That is very interesting.
So I have to spend that much more time going, okay, why am I feeling, behaving, whatever in this way? What was the inciting?
Right.
And that they layer on top of each other too. It's just
Right. Right. Yeah.
and because we don't research either one of them enough, and the healthcare system is hard enough with things that you can take a blood test to say that you have
Hmm.
um like navigating the system to get help is hard.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Oh
been a
yeah.
huge part of my last year has been coordinating my care between because the system is not set up to coordinate your care.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's set
You're
up
you're
for
right.
all of your specialists to be their own little islands.
Yep.
But
Yeah.
but that really doesn't work when you have neurological stuff going on.
Totally. Yeah. You need if you're seeing multiple specialists at a certain point, you need them to cross pollinate.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And you
So
don't want to. Yeah. Yeah.
so yeah. And the system's just like you have to manage to build that yourself.
Yeah.
The system's not set up for it in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
Though I did hear about a thing that just made me sad.
Uh-oh.
Apparently, what's really common among the uber rich
Uh-huh.
is concierge healthcare, which I
Oh
don't know
my.
exactly what that means, but it sounds like it means a system where you have a person who
Uh-huh.
coordinates everything across.
Yeah, if I
And it's
had
like,
to,
why does this have to be only for the uber rich?
well, I mean, it's we got oof, unpacking all that. What I assume that means is basically, yeah, someone who is like scoping out and planning different healthcare related activities, various scans and procedures, that they
Well,
think will help.
and facilitating communication between doctors
Yep,
and
scheduling home visits for their blood boys, all that sort of thing. Yeah. And then the other piece of it is that it is astounding to me the amount of like these uber rich sub industries that pop up that are very clearly just padded to extract money from their customers
um
because
they totally are.
and like just we average everyday people are also exposed to these sorts of businesses. Like I went to a
Yeah.
couple weekends ago, we went to a craft fair down in the city in Nashville, and one of the booths was a full body scan. And I looked at it, I was like, what the fuck? There's someone selling pottery and artwork and vintage clothes that they've restored, and you're out here trying to scam people with your full body scan. Who let this happen? Who included this charlatan in your artist craft fair of local honey and
They
what the
paid
fuck?
for a table.
Exactly. What the fuck? They had a if you want to get scanned now discount. And I just looked at it. I
Okay,
told my friends there, I
okay.
was like, nobody talk to that man. Oh my
Let's
God.
let's let's
I'm so
let's
sorry. I'm so sorry.
let's talk about books we hope will be spectacular. I think it's time to talk about books we hope will be spectacular.
Let's move on from the medical nightmare to comics
Yeah,
again, please.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
so sorry.
I am really, really looking forward to Endeavor #2 from Stephanie Phillips and Mark Laming. Um, it's like horror at sea. All of the adults have van. I mean,
Ooh.
the setup is you're on this like it's a reconstructed with um modern touches version of the Endeavor, and they're going on
Mm.
that voyage. So it is like that uber rich thing, except that we also have like one family where, I mean, it's not clear that they're not relatively rich, but they're actually there more for the history, uh, that sort of thing. And it was something that they had um booked before um their mother passed,
Mm.
because it's like a dad and his two teenagers, that they decided to do as kind of a family recovery thing
Hmm.
anyway after mom had passed, rather than canceling the trip. But the rest of the um guests on the boat are like snobbish rich people.
Mm.
Um, but then like kind of where issue one ended, all of the adults are gone and you're just down to the kids.
Wow.
Um, and it also kind of feels like there is one explicitly autistic character, which I just
Awesome.
love.
Yeah,
And it kind of feels like she'll be taking center stage.
that's awesome.
So I'm really looking forward to issue two, to see where that goes. Stephanie Phillips is amazing. So uh, this could have been all issue twos because like we have Die #2.
Oh yeah.
We have um, what else did we have #2? That one
The
wasn't.
Devil's Trigger.
Well,
The
that's
Daredevil
Daredevil,
Punisher.
Punisher,
Yeah.
Devil's Trigger #2, Liquidator #2. Um, and then there were some other like interesting #1s, etc. Some fours. There were a lot of interesting books for this coming week. but Wrestle Heist is coming out, so number one got slipped in here because I love me some Kyle Starks, and when Kyle Starks is solo, you know he's gonna be crazy.
That
Like
one does sound really fun.
the only crazy the only two artists that I've seen Kyle work with that he's as crazy funny as when he just works on his own are he did a book with Erica Henderson and
Mm,
he's done a couple books with Chris Schweizer. So
nice.
like those are the one. I mean, I love Kyle Starks, period. But if I see him solo or with either of them, it's like boom.
Nice.
So Wrestle Heist, I'm all over. And then issue two of Space Scouts with Matt Kint and David Rubin from Dark Horse is this week as well. Looks amazing. Um, Also collected this week, among other things, is Red Before Black from Stephanie Phillipson and Goran Suzuka, which is like probably was not only a really good book, but probably the book of Stephanie's that has flown most under the radar recently. So I recommend that people go pick that up from Boom Studios. So Phil, what you got?
First up for the actual official all new trade waiter pick, I have selected Eerie Archives Volume 12 from Dark Horse Comics. When you got names like Doug Monk, Bud Lewis, Steve Skeets, Al Milgram, Bernie Wrightson, Esteban Marato, Alex Toth, Wally Wood, Richard Corbin, Will Eisner, Neil Adams, Tom Sutton, Ken Kelly, Paul Neary, and St. Julian. It's hard to pass up. That's a great piece of comics history right there. If that is up your alley, yeah, of course, Eerie Archives, collecting the issues of Creepy from way back in the
I
day.
I was out at Modern Age Comics yesterday sorting through some of their um
Collections,
back issues.
back issues.
Yeah, Edgar bought a collection that had a lot of independent stuff. So I was sorting
Ooh,
it and seeing what was in it.
very
And
exciting.
I brought home a couple of issues of heavy metal, and
Nice.
one of them had the obituary for Wally Wood in it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Fortuitous. Dang.
yeah.
Um, and then of course it is the biggest week of single issues for me of the month. We got Die Loaded number two and the Powers Fantasy four. Right. Oh, I'm sorry about that. Um, and the Power Fantasy 14 from Kieran Gillen, Stephanie Hans, Clayton Coles, Ryan Hughes for Die, and then Gillen, Casper Wingard, Coles, and Hughes for Power Fantasy. It is quite the double feature. I am loving it. It's very exciting. Very exciting.
All right. For 22 panels, this has been Phil and myself, and we have discovered that the product of 6-7 is the meaning of life, the universe, and everything. 42. So put that in your spoon and eat it, I guess. Um, yeah.
Gonna keep me up at night.
I might have been welcome to the dark side when I shared that with somebody. Um, so for 22 panels, we will see you after the next page. Yeah. New to order this month. Initial orders are due December 25th. This is so important to our new to order sponsors, starting with longtime co-host. He'll be back one of these days. Tyler has his Nexus Vault in Laverne, Minnesota. Phone number is 507-858-8914 at 109 East Main Street, Laverne, Minnesota. You can also find them at thenexusvault.com. But also in December, we have a secondary sponsor. Lee, you want to take it away?
Yes, sir. That's me. So Lee Woods, co-owner of Modern Age Comics in Algonquin. Our website is modernagereader.com. We're located at 2214 East Algonquin Road in Algonquin, Illinois, 60102. And that phone number is 847-409-6295.
All righty. And also because we've actually we started doing this because we wanted to actually take a moment to remind people that you should order things in advance. I've remembered that FOCs are really important, so we're now going to give both the final order cutoff and the date that it comes out as a reminder to everybody when they listen to this every month that they really should tell their comic shops the stuff they want. It makes their lives so much easier. So we're going to start out with Archie versus or Archie X Army of Darkness #1 from Eric Burnham and Bill Galvin at Dynamite. Final order cutoff January 5th, in stores on February 4th.
We will continue on with Autumn Kingdom, The Wraithbound Queen, #1 by Colin Bunn and Christopher Mitten, produced by Oni, FOC January 12th, and in stores February 4th.
Then there's Barbarians Behind Bars, #1 from Elliot Kalin, Andrea Moody at Mad Cave. Final order cutoff January 19th, in stores February 11th.
Next, we got Black Moon Rituals, One Shot by Yatasha Womack and Aletha Martinez, published by AWA. Final order cutoff is January 12th. It comes out on shelves February 25th.
Bleeding Hearts #1, Denise by Denise Camp and Stipend Morian.
Dennis Camp.
Dennis Camp.
Yeah. Sorry.
Put out by DC and DC Vertigo. Future order cutoff is January 19th, on shelves February 11th.
Butch, a hate comic, one shot from Peter Bagg at Fantagraphics. Final order cutoff January 5th, in stores February 4th.
The Center Holds #1 by Larry Hama and MD Bright, from Boom Comics. Final order cutoff will be December 22nd and in stores on February 11th.
Crickets, #9 from Sammy Harcum at Fantagraphics. Final order cutoff January 5th, in stores February 4th.
Daredevil #1 by Stephanie Phillips and Lee Garbett from Marvel. FOC is January 12th and on shelves at March 25th.
Death Fight Forever #1 by Andrew McLean and Alexis Zurich, from Image Comics. FOC January 26th, on shelves February 18th.
Diorc #1 from Brett Bean, Jean-Francois Beaulieu at Image Comics. On final order cutoff is January 12th and in stores on February 4th.
DuckTales Valentine's Day Special, One Shot by Connor Ratliff and James III, Libero Ermedi. Hope I said that right. From Dynamite. Final order cutoff is January 12th and will be in stores on February 11th.
EC Tortured Hearts one shot from Jordi Belair, Teeny Howard, Blake Howard, Ann Nesenti, Sebastian Cabrol, Fabiana Mascolo, Dan McDade, Arjuna Susini at Oni. Final order cutoff January 19th, in stores February 11th.
Next, we got End of Life #1 by Carl Starks and Steve Pugh at DC Vertigo. FOC is January 26th, with it being on shelves February 18th.
Florida Hippopotamus Cocaine Massacre #1 from Fred Kennedy and James Edward Clark from Mad Cave Comics. FOC January 26th, on shelves February 18th.
A facsimile edition of Hate #1 from Peter Bagg at Fantagraphics. Final order cutoff is January 5th, in stores February 18th.
Is Ted Okay by David Chisholm and by David Chisholm from Mad
Chisholm.
Cave Comics. Chisholm by David Chisholm from Mad Cave Comics. Thank you. FOC February 2nd and in stores February 25th.
It's Jeff Meets Daredevil by Kelly Thompson and Guri Hiru. No, Guri Huru. Gui Guri
Guri
Huru.
Hobru.
Guri Huru. I am so sorry. At Marvel Comics, FOC January 5th, out in stores February 4th.
Just Brutal #1 by Dennis Hopeless and Brom Revel. At Ignition, FOC is January 5th, on shelves February 11th.
Lands Unknown, The Skinless Man #1 from Ben Stenbeck, Dark Horse Comics. FOC January 26th, in stores March 4th.
Lenore, The Curse of the BB Yaga, #1 from Roman Dirge at Titan. FOC is January 26th, in stores February 18th. Lenore's one of Tyler's favorites, so I'm certain that you'll be able to find this at Vault of Midnight. Or Vault of Midnight's a great shop out in out in Michigan at Nexus Vault.
There you go.
Phil's looking at me weird, and we just plugged another comic shop. That's how much we love comic stores.
Leonine the Vampire, The House of Yonda #1 by Mike
And
Mignola
Yola.
and Rachel Aragno?
That one I don't know for certain.
Aragno. Gonna go with that. From Dark Horse Comics, FOC is February 9th and in stores March 18th.
Love Ignited one shot from Patrick Horvath and Olivia Dufault and Chris Burnham Danny. Ignition Press, FOC December 15th, in stores February 8th.
Next, we got A Mischief of Magpies, #1 by Simon Spurrier and Matthias Bergara. At Distillery, FOC is January 19th, on shelves March 11th.
Muppets Noir #1 from Roger Langridge, Dynamite Comics. FOC is January 19th, in stores February 18th.
Murder Drones #1 from Wyatt Kennedy and Joe Mi Gyang at Oni. Final order cutoff January 19th, in stores February 25th.
The Peril of the Brutal Dark, an Ezra Kane mystery #1 by Chris Condon and Jacob Phillips from DC/Vertigo. FOC is February 2nd, and then in stores on February 25th.
Pooh Bear Adventures #1 from Matt Cole, Tessa Rose at Keenspot. FOC January 5th, in stores February 18th.
Next, we got Ripcord #1 by Cullen Bunn and Anik. I hope I pronounced that correctly.
I think it might be
At
Aniki, but yeah,
Anik, sorry.
one of the two.
One of those, I'm sure. FOC December 15th and on shelves February 4th.
The Rocketeer, The Island #1, from John Layman and Jacob Edgar at IDW. FOC January 19th, in stores February 25th.
Sirens Love Hurts #1 from Teeny Howard and Babs Tarr at DC Comics. Final order cutoff January 19th, in stores February 11th.
Snow Monkey #1 from Jason Shaw and Hubert Kahn Michael at Red 5. FOC is January 5th and in stores on February 18th.
Star Trek Deviations Threads of Destiny one shot from Stephanie Williams, Gregory Maldonado, and Mark Alvarado at IDW. FOC January 19th, in stores February 25th.
Star Wars Jar Jar one shot. Ahmad Best, Mark Guggenheim, Kieran McCown, Laura Braga at Marvel. FOC is January 12th, on shelves February 11th.
Super Thick Lucky Tales #1 from Tom Seeley.
Tim Seeley.
Tim Seeley, Troy Dungara, Danny Harrell, Javen Loop, and from Keenspot. FOC January 5th, on shelves February 4th.
The Thing on the Doorstep #1 from Simon Burks and Willie Roberts. Image Comics. Final order cutoff January 19th, in stores February 11th.
Universal Monsters, The Phantom of the Opera #1, brought to you by Tyler Boss and Martin Simmons of Image Comics. FOC January 26th, in stores February 18th.
Usagi Yojimbo Kaito 84 #1 from Zach Rosenberg, Jared Cohen, Dark Horse Comics. FOC February 2nd, in stores March 11th.
Next, we have White Sky, #1 by William Harris, Lee Lowridge, Jean Paul Mavinga at Image.
Let's see,
And this is
actually,
February 18th.
William Harms. And I did forget to put a FOC, didn't I? We'll find that really quick.
Do, 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 do. Do, do,
Talk
do, do.
amongst yourselves.
Do, 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 do,
What's
do,
the name of
do,
the book
do.
again? I might, White
White Sky
Sky.
White Sky #1. Da-dun, 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 da-da-da-da-dun. Ted recently revealed to me he had to do some actual editing
And
on a previous
I might
episode.
have to again.
Well, I'm hoping that I can turn into a sound clip to be reused forevermore.
I mean, that's
Yeah.
possible.
Immortalized for technical difficulties unforeseen.
Final order cutoff is January 26th. That's
In
William
stores,
Harms.
February 18th. White Sky.
So some graphic novels after all of the lots of new series starting up at the beginning of the year. Graphic novels in this catalog, starting with Animon from Anouk Ricard at Drawn and Quarterly. Final order cutoff January 26th. In stores March 18th.
Brink Book 6 from Dan Abnett and ING Colbert at Rebellion. FOC is January 5th, and your in-store date is February 26th.
That would be one of the rare. We're doing a book 6 because the first 5 are quite good, and I haven't talked about them enough, and I need to reread them.
All right. Next up is College Tribe by Olivia Quartero Briggs and Roberta Ingranata from Mad Cave Maverick. Final order cutoff January 26th, in stores February 18th.
Next, we have Crazy for You by Paul Theroux and Steve Lafleur at Fantagraphics. Final order cutoff is January 5th, on shelves March 18th.
Curse of Dark Shadows from Craig Hurd McKinney at Jock, Gervasio and Gervasio from Hermes Press, FOC January 5th, in stores February 4th.
Detective Stanley and the Green-Thumbed Thief. Hannah Tunnicliffe, Erica Harrison at Flying Eye Books, FOC January 5th, in stores February 3rd.
Destiny and the Phantom of the Swim Team, brought to you by Bill Holbrook and H.H. Glynn, Terrence and Isabel Marks from Hermes Press. Final order cutoff will be January 5th, and it'll be in stores on February 4th.
Elvis by Chris Miskowitz, Michael Shelfer at C2. Final order cutoff January 26th, in stores February 25th.
Next, we have Fallen by Matt Ringel and Henry Ponciano at Red 5. Final order cutoff is January 12th, on shelves February 25th.
Five Gears in Reverse, a criminal book from Ed Brubaker and Sean Phillips from Image Comics, FOC January 5th, in stores May 20th.
Frankenstein, the Unconquered, Book 1 from Wells Thompson, Dalton K. Shannon, Mary Landro, Elizabeth Mackenzie, Dahlia Maha at Hermes Press. Final order cutoff January 19th, in stores February 18th.
Galaxy as the World Falls Down by Jadzia Axelrod and Rye Hickman at DC Comics. Final order cutoff will be February 2nd, and will be in stores on May 5th.
Genderqueer Annotated Edition by Maya Kobabe and Phoebe Kobabe, Justin Hall, Randy Storm, Mel Gilman at Oni. Final order cutoff April 27th, in stores May 20th.
Next, we have Halloween Boy, Volume 1, Last of the Halloween Boys by Dave Baker at Oni. Final order cutoff is May 4th, on shelves May 27th.
Hot or Not from Jessica Campbell, from Drawn and Quarterly, FOC January 26th, in stores March 18th.
Just Between Us, Adeline Kahn, Dial Books, FOC, January 26th, in stores February 24th.
Lovely Recipe, brought to you by Mira Rose Nino at Random House. Final order cutoff January 5th, in stores February 3rd.
Metadogos for Bernice Matois de Narbonne, drawn quarterly. Final order cutoff January 12th, in stores March 4th.
Next, we got Ninja Kaiju by Franco Scott Scoot McMahon at Paper Cuts. Final order cutoff is January 26th, on shelves February 18th.
Pancake Trap from Stephanie Young and Allison Lassiter from Oni. FOC, May 18th. Cutoff is in stores January 10th.
June 10th.
June 10th.
Snowlands, Volume 1, A Blood Moon from More Miraz, Colin Fogel at Scholastic. FOC, January 5th, in stores February 4th.
Stimulus by Daniel Friedman, Robert Sandelin, Stefano Rildini, Tom Coker, Filia Batukin, all at Dark Horse. Final order cutoff will be January 26th, and you will see it in stores on April 28th.
Supergirl's Family Vacation by Brandon T. Snyder and Sarah Lever at DC FOC February 2nd, in stores May 5th.
Next, we have Super Punk, and I might need an assist here. That is Mertes Santana and Gilherm Patreka.
I think so.
Well, awesome. By Oni Press. Final order cutoff is April 13th, on shelves May 6th.
Tamiya and the Memories of the Dragon from David Branya at from Pajito Paper Cuts. FOC January 19th. On shelves February 11th.
Unemployed Killers Support Group from Rio at Titan. Final order cutoff January 12th, and in stores February 4th.
Vincent Van Gogh, Sadness Will Last Forever from Francesco Barilli and Saka at Mad Cave and Becco Giallo. Final order cutoff will be February 2nd, and you'll see it in stores on February 25th.
Wolfsbane, Volume 1 by Ryan Cady, Morgan Beam at Rebellion. FOC January 5th, in stores February 25th.
Next, we have Wonton Soup, which sounds really good right now. The book and the soup by James Stucco by Oni. Final order cutoff June 1st, but on stores. Let me try that again. In stores and on shelves, hopefully June 24th.
All right, we'll round it up with some collections, starting with Action Before the Ban, Volume 1 from Pat Mills, John Wagner, Jerry Finley Day, Steve McManus, Kelvin Gosnell, Tom Tully, Barry Mitchell, Mike Dory, Ramon Sola, Horacio Olalia, Massimo Bellardinelli, the English comic that was so gruesome that it got pulled from shelves. Final order cutoff. This is from Rebellion, which also puts out 2000 AD. Final order cutoff is January 5th, in stores on February 25th.
Say that 5 times fast. Our next one is Batman Dark Patterns from Dan Waters and Hayden Sherman at DC Comics. Final order cutoff being January 19th, and in stores on March 31st.
Brainiacs by Shelly Fish and Joe Simcoe at Titan. Final order cutoff May 18th, in stores June 10th.
Next, we have Damnation of Charlie Wormwood by Christina Blanche and Chris Carr and Chi at Hermes Press. Final order cutoff is January 26th, on shelves February 25th.
Doctor Strange by Paul Smith, Artist Edition from Roger Stern and Paul Smith from Image Act 4. FOC is March 30th, on shelves August 12th.
Tyrant from E.E. Zan and Godfar at Image Comics. Final order cutoff January 12th, in stores February 18th.
The Juniper Lodge by Dustin Weaver, Jeremy Barlow, DJ Bryant, all at Image Comics. Final order cutoff is January 5th, and you will see it in stores on May 20th.
The Killer Affairs of the State 2 by Mats Luke Giacomone at Boom Archaea, FOC January 26th, in stores April 28th.
Then we have Love Stories About Death by Dirk Manning, Owen Gianni, I hope I pronounced that correctly, Austin McKinley, Rich Bonk, Christopher Marchman at Prana. Final order cutoff is January 5th, in stores February 4th.
Marvel Creator Collection #1, Back to the Savage Land from Barry Windsor Smith at Fantagraphics, FOC January 12th, in stores February 25th.
Killing Your Thirst from Jimmy Palmiotti and Juan Santa Cruz at Mad Cave. Final order cutoff January 19th, in stores February 11th.
Queen of the Cosmos Comics Trilogy by Barbara Willie Mendez at Fantagraphics Underground. Final order cutoff will be January 5th, and you will see it in stores on February 11th.
Trailer Trash by Natalie Wong and Alyssa Villery and Yishan Lee at Vault Webtoon, FOC January 5th, in stores March 11th.
Next, we have Red Vector by David D.B. Andre, Tim Daniel, Chris Evan Huis at Mad Cave. Final order cutoff is January 12th, in shelves February 4th.
Spider-Girl, Breath Through the Fire by Torin Grönbeck and Andre Riso, and Diogenes Neves, Diogenes
I think it's Diogenes
Diogenes?
Neves.
Dionysus Neves at Marvel, FOC January 12th, on shelves March 24th.
A Star Called the Sun, a collection of short science fiction stories from Simon Roy from Image Comics, in store, or final order cutoff January 5th, in stores February 11th.
Star Trek Deep Space Nine Omnibus by Scott Tipton, David Tipton, Mike Chen, Greg Scott, Angel Hernandez, all at IDW Comics. Final order cutoff is January 19th, and in stores February 24th.
Supergirl Volume 1, Misadventures in Midvale by Sophie Campbell, Rosie Cramp, and Paulina Gansho. From DC Comics, FOC January 19th, in stores March 31st.
Next, we have Superman, The Kryptonite Spectrum by W. Maxwell Prince, Martin Morazzo at DC. Final order cutoff is January 26th, in stores April 21st.
Universal Monsters, The Invisible Man from James Tinian IV and Danny from Image Comics, FOC February 16th, on shelves March 25th.
Wake Now in the Fire, Jarrett Dapier, AJ Dungo, 10-speed press. Final order cutoff is January 5th, in stores February 3rd.
Wild Animals by Ed Brisson, Andy Kuhn from Mad Cave Comics. Final order cutoff January 12th, in stores February 4th.
Last but certainly not least, we have Wonder Woman Historia Absolute Edition by Kelly Sue DeConnick, Phil Jimenez, Gene Ha, and Nicola Scott, all at DC Comics. Final order cutoff January 26th, in stores August 11th.
And thank you so much for our Die role-playing group for helping out today. And remember to put in your orders at your local comic shop, particularly if your local comic shop is either Nexus Vault in Laverne, Minnesota, or the Modern Age Comics in Algonquin, Illinois.